Alright, okay, so welcome to For or Against. I am the Saffron Man. This is Sporadically, where we give you both sides of each coin in terms of the stories or statements we're about to produce. And again, let you make up your own decisions. You know, listen to the For, listen to the Against, come up with your own kind of answers, and let us know down in the comments below where you lie. And so yeah, let's start off with Uno. The first question we have today is... United unbeaten until Christmas. So I'm going to be doing For this time, and Sporadicles is going to be doing Against. So Sporadicles, do you want to go first this time, or do you want me to go first? Up to you. All right, you go ahead. Why are we not going to be unbeaten until Christmas?
Look, I think we made a lot of good squad additions, and we're a lot better and different team, to start this season than we were last. But already we're looking at injuries. We're looking at defensive injuries too, which plagued us all last season. I think, a lot of what's going to be our issues again this season is whether or not we can stay, out of the training room and, on the pitch. I think that, we still also have to incorporate all of these players into our team and our style. I think in many ways, sure, that can be a bit easier for players like De Ligt and Mazraoui, who have played under Erik ten Hag at Ajax before, but Joshua Zirkzee has not, Lenny Yoro has not, and Lenny Yoro is going to be out until, what is that going to be, late October, early November, something to that effect. So, injuries are going to be an issue. I just don't think that our players have had the time to mesh well enough. I think that that our teams look very different without certain key players, and we saw that a lot in preseason. And so we are going to have to rotate some players. We are going to have issues with injuries. And saying that we're going to be unbeaten until Christmas, whenever we're going to have to play teams like Arsenal and Manchester City. In that lead up, in that build up, I just don't think that it's feasible. We're the team that kind of gets surprised every now and then by some of the lower, lowered in the table opposition teams, and so I think that we perform fairly well against top half of the table teams that aren't constantly just sitting in deep and countering, and then we play against Everton wasn't doing particularly well. I think that in some cases we struggle against those types of teams, those low block teams that are just looking to hit us on the counter. And so a lot of it is going to again come down to what's the state of our defense, what's the state of our injuries, and all of that, and how quickly can we acclimate some of these people. So I don't think that we stay unbeaten until Christmas. I think we have a better record at this point in this year at Christmas than last year, but I don't think that we go unbeaten.
Right, looks like that negative Nancy's done. Now, let me tell you why we will go unbeaten until Christmas. Okay, so this is a new Manchester United. Alright, the Glazers they kind of are, but this is the new Manchester United. With this, the best pre-season / transfer market we've had since Sir Alex Ferguson, in my opinion. You go back to last season. Yes, it was absolutely awful, but there were bright sparks there, and if we had a strong defence, and if we had a core midfield right from the start, if injuries weren't, if. But we have had 4 amazing signings. There's more to come. We've changed our staff left, right, and centre. The players want to play for the shirt. That we have a new hierarchy in terms of player wages. Bruno Fernandes is the captain and the highest earner. No one is above him now. It's all Bruno and below. And in terms of performing on the pitch, I just think our defence has the potential to be so good. And if we can really keep consecutively clean sheets in a row, I think our attack are definitely going to score goals. Now, Sporadic mentioned about Arsenal and City. We've beat City in the FA Cup. We should have beat City in the Community Shield. City are the noisy neighbours. They're yesterday's news. They're going to get relegated this season. And it's going to be amazing. They're going to get thrown away from the charges of 115 charges. Don't worry about City. We've got Kobe Mainu. I think that's all I need to say. Look, we're going to go unbeaten until Christmas, and I will decide if we go on a title charge at Christmas, okay? But at Christmas, we're going to go undefeated. There we go.
I'm wishful thinking. I wish it.
Oh.
I very much wish it.
So 4. Got it.
No.
That's what I heard. I said.
I'll let you have that one. Sure. I would love to see us go unbeaten until Christmas.
Cool. If you want to see United go unbeaten until Christmas, hit a follow, hit a like, and tell me that you're with me. Oh, United. All right. Okay. 4 against number 2. So yeah, best transfer market post. I mentioned this on the last one, so let me kind of pick up where I left off. And look, we've had some horrendous signings in the past. We've had some really good signings in the past. We've had some really good signings that never turned out to be really good signings, like Falcao never made sense. Alexis Sanchez never made sense. I mean, I'd rather have Mkhitaryan. Why we paid all that for Alexis? I will anyway. We've had some really awful transfer markets. This is just way beyond a good transfer market. We have brought in RedVsRed, Rene Hack. We've brought in a whole bunch of directors, and like Jason Wilcox. This is beyond just the players. We have made so many signings under the seeds as well. So, look, this is the brightest future Manchester United have had in a long, long time. You know, there's no more Woodward making some crazy decisions. It feels like the fans have the club back again. And they're being heard, they're being listened to. The new stadium is coming. There's just everything to be excited about Manchester United. And again, the transfer market still isn't over. We've got another 2 weeks or so left. If we go, I'll give you this one, sporadically. If we sign another 3 players and remove another 2+, right? So that's at least 2 or more leave and 3 more join. I will literally say, hands down, there's no way you're winning this conversation. Because I think, yes, with 2 weeks to go, and there's still some room for it to swing either way, be a really poor or really good. There's still some room for manoeuvre. But yeah, if we bring in 3 more and sell on 2 or more, mate, that is such an amazing overhaul considering where we were 3 months ago, and that would be 7 signings in and like 5 to 6 going out. What more could we ask for? So much deadwood to be removed. All right, not all of them have been removed, but as one transfer window and how much we could do in one window, I can't see much better happening possibly. But yeah, we'll come back in 2 weeks and see how many signings we do. But I'll give you some room to make an argument for it sporadically.
I mean, you know, I think you're forgetting one thing. Any post-Ferguson transfer market that doesn't include Bruno Fernandes is not the best transfer market post-Fergie. I mean, just the impact that he's had on the team, you know, just on his own. Now, look, I'm not going to say that everybody that came in at the same time, you know, ended up being stunners. Right. I think we've had, you know, a couple other okay ones. Obviously, you know, I think unfortunately the narrative around so many of these has been, oh yeah, they're great, and then they deflate.
Yeah.
Like whenever we brought Paul Pogba back, it was like, oh my gosh, we're getting this great midfielder. It's going to be so awesome. And then he came over and, you know, was more focused on dancing on TikTok and playing for the French national team than he was in playing in a Manchester United jersey. And you know, saying that this is going to be the best transfer market post-Fergie, whenever we still haven't seen how, you know, almost any of this is actually going to play out. You know, already we've seen you know, one of our most expensive signings, or actually our most expensive signing of the transfer window, get injured in preseason and he's out for 3 months. Is that going to end up becoming a recurring injury? We have no idea. And so to say again that this is going to be the best transfer market window post Fergie, I don't know that I see it just yet. I think we would still have to do a few more things in the market for that to really make sense to say.
So yeah, just a couple of rebooks for that. So I don't think one player makes a whole transfer market. As good as Bruno Fernandes is, he is just a single player who we got 6 to 7 months too late in January, where we should have got him in the summer previously. But yeah, I think it is what it is. But again, we'll see. And it's not going to be. I think it is already. But I will wait again for a couple of weeks and we'll see. Again, if we make those 3 and then get rid of another 2, I think that'll be unrefutable. But yeah, until then, I think you're absolutely right. There's no guarantee about how good any of these players are. One of them is injured. Maybe I'm just getting all giddy, but I do think you're right there, buddy. And until it's actually proven, it kind of has to go on the against, I think. So fair play. The third question or statement that we've got, again, get your comments in down below, hit that follow button and show your support. Come say hi on X as well. But the third question is, Erik ten Hag lasts the whole season. Now, this is going to be a debatable one, but you are against this, Sporadicles. So if you want to wrap up your Manchester United fan channel career by saying why Erik ten Hag is going to be leaving by the end of the season, please feel free. And action.
Sure. So here we go. Look, he already wasn't supposed to be here. The FA Cup is the only reason that he is. I don't think that you finish 8th with the lowest point total, crash out of the Champions League in the group stages. So without winning that FA Cup, going trophyless and having the worst season in United's history ever, you don't stay on. And that just is what it is. But I think he was thrown the lifeline after the FA Cup, and I think so much work that has to be done in order for for keeping him to have made sense. And I think that is finishing in the top 3 somewhere. We're gonna have to at some point build on the trophies that we're winning. It can't just be the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. I think we need to win a Europa or a title. I don't think that it's going to happen, at least for the Premier League this season. I don't think that we're quite ready for that. I think that our squad still has a lot of things that we have to sort out in terms of depth and keeping players match fit, and I think that's just going to be difficult. So if we go trophyless, then I'm pretty sure that Ten Hag's going to go. And it's great that we've won Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, but continuing to do that. I mean, we almost went against Coventry City back in what would that have been, January last year, and we had to go through on penalties against a team that's nowhere near EPL quality. And so I think it's just going to be hard. It's going to be tough for him to live up to the expectations and the standards that are going to be set for him. So who knows? We might be seeing Ruud van Nistelrooy next Manchester United manager sooner rather than later.
3 words. 3 words. Okay. FA Cup. Sorry, do I say FA Cup? All right. That's all I need to say. That's it. That's it. That's why he should be our manager. That's why he's going to survive the whole season, because he's done that. He's got us trophies where we hadn't won any in like 8 to 10 years. He's won 2 in 2 despite all of the issues. He went through some crazy media hypocrisy conspiracy for the FA Cup final where everyone wrote that he was fired like a week beforehand, and mate, it was absolutely crazy what he went through, and he absolutely came through it because we played the greatest game of football that we've played in a long time. And it was just the whole 90 minutes. We were just fantastic throughout. We never sat back. We always provided. We shocked every Manchester City fan in that stadium and in the world. I would say around the world. They're only in the stadium. So that's it. In the stadium, that's it. And so we shocked everyone. And he did that despite all of that pressure surrounding him. He managed to get the best out of the players and the lowest of low times that we've been at in a long time. So, yeah. And you mentioned the commentary. Mate, football is the beautiful game. And this is why the FA Cup has that romance about it, because anyone can beat anyone. The lower teams can go up against the bigger teams, and they can go head to... And you're right, we should never have let them get back into position. We should have been 4-0 up at some point. But we let them get back, and then we won on penalties, and they had a disallowed goal for offside. Mate, that's football. We ended up winning, though. So Erik ten Hag has done so much for the club. He is part of the infrastructure now in terms of the directors who are all working with him. All the youngsters coming through wanted to play for him. He is our guy for the foreseeable future. Even if we won nothing this season in terms of silverware and we finish on the top 4, top 6, he might even be 7 this season for Europe. I don't know. But I can't see Erik ten Hag getting fired, because that would make Ratcliffe and co look less than professional, and they don't want that. So yeah, I think they're going to stick with our guy. We should be sticking with our guy, and I think that's 4 against this season. I'm going to take that, Spready. I'm going to take it.
I mean, my rebuttal to that is, if you look at Ratcliffe and his his record at Nice. He was kind of back and forth. I mean, they Nice went, I think it was like 8th and 5th each and every season, or 8th and 3rd, something to that effect. But even whenever they were performing better, he was still looking at sacking that person and bringing in someone new. So, again, if there's not trophies and a top 3 finish, I mean, is he going to be the manager at the end? I just don't know.
We've got bigger things on our mind right now. Obviously, trophies are what we're doing all of this for. But we are talking about the new stadium. We are renovating our training grounds with both the males and the females. We are getting new staff in. We are getting new sponsorships in. More, but it's just Erik ten Hag is the mainstay. That's it. They've made their decision, and unless I'm trying to think of the circumstances where Erik ten Hag would get the sack. Unless it was like literally lose 10 games in a row and the rest of the world's media have gathered round like a pack of wolves looking for a bit of fresh meat, I can't see United or anyone buckling under that kind of pressure unless it got record-breaking losing streaks in a row. But I just don't see that happening now. We're strengthened in the right... This is the difference. United are doing the right things. Or seem to be doing the right things. And we like the Woodward article from earlier on, we just have a history of not doing the right things, not acting like business people or professionals, but it just seems everything is kind of... Now, it's not going to be amazing overnight, don't get me wrong, but it's amazing right now, and that's the difference. It hasn't been. It's amazing right now. So yeah, jump on the board, and until Erik ten Hag, we just have to back him 100%. Everyone else outside of our communities, outside of our fandom, want him to fail and get the sack. We should all want him to stay and support him just because of that alone. We all know what it's like to be attacked from outside in other circles and bubbles. Like, he's in our bubble, and like we need to definitely back him 110%. Get rid of Sancho and a couple of others, and I think we're going to be good. But mate, that's
I felt wrong, even just like
I felt wrong sitting next to you.
I was like, I have to remember, I'm the against this time. What am I doing to myself?
I like this show. This is great. I could do that all the time. That was but yeah, if that was me, I don't know what I would have done. So you've done well there, Sporadicles. But again, if you guys got differing opinions, let us know down in the section down below. Get involved on Twitter, on Rumble, and on YouTube. We will be on TikTok and everything soon as well, so make sure you get involved in those. Yeah, Brighton is our next game, as that will be on the 24th. You're going to see me next on Tuesday. Let me just get my mouse has gone AFK for me. So yeah, you will see me on Tuesday the 20th. I'll post the news and reviews, all the latest transfer news of what's going on as well. So you'll see me on Tuesday there. You'll see Sporadicles again on Friday. Is that right, Sporadicles? Yep. A little bit of a match preview beforehand, a couple of stats. Yeah. Nice. I think that's turning out to be literally the match preview day. So you're doing, Sporadicles is doing all the previews and predictions and everything now. So I'll have to post my predictions on Twitter or something. Just we'll have a little go at a game and see who wins. We'll have a little Super Six.
Here's what we need to do, Saf. I think we need to set a follower goal, and I think we need to do full season predictions and have a hot wing challenge. Where we eat hot wings for each game that we incorrectly...
You've absolutely lost me. I'm literally about to walk out. I can walk out if you like. We'll just finish off as a solo. Should we do that? So, yeah, that's not going to happen. No, so... Definitely, he knows about the hot wings. Maybe I'll talk about the hot wings again. Well, I'm never doing a hot wing ever again. So, yeah.
The return of the extra.
I've been a Saffron Man. That's been Sporadicles. This has been a Red versus Red, much like our faces at the moment. And we'll catch you guys in the next video. Hit the follow, show support. Till then, peace.